Hello students, how are you all? Are you fine? In previous class, we have discussed about the deduction under chapter 6A regarding to the 80 double D, 80 DDB, 80G. Dear students, 80E, 80 double E, 80 EEA, 80 EEB and last 80G. All deductions were based upon the payment basis. The deduction chapter 6A, the deductions under chapter 6A are part of the tax planning, are part of the tax avoidance to reduce the burden of the tax, to reduce the volume of the tax. The deductions are very important. Our deductions play the important role to reduce the volume of the tax. So dear students, today class, I Dr. Lal Babu Jaiswal, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Commerce, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, India, is going to present the rest of the deductions, rest of the payment based deductions like as a section 80 double G or another. To show, I am going to present with the help of section 80 double G. Section 80 double DG is related to the rent paid for residential accommodation. Such types of deduction is available individual not in receipt of house rent allowance. It means if any person does not receive the HRA amount, so such types of deduction is available for those person, and such types of deduction is available for the rent paid for the residential accommodation. Rent paid for the residential accommodation, and such types of deduction is available at least of the following three amount, at least of the following three amount will be available as a deduction. First 25% of total income. Second, rent paid minus 10% of total income, and third is 5,000 per month. Out of three amount, whichever is less will be available as a deduction for those types of assessee who is not getting the amount of HRA and rent is paying for taking the facility of accommodation. Dear students, the following points are notable. No deduction if, dear students, no deduction if any residential accommodation is owned by the assessee, his spouse or minor child or HUF at the place where he ordinarily resides, or perform the duty of his office or employment, or carries on his business or profession. It means no any house property is owned by the assessee. No any house property is owned by the assessee. If the house property is owned by the assessee at the date of the submitting the ITR, so such types of deduction is not eligible to take as a deduction. Dear student, this deduction is also eligible when the assessee opt new old tax regime, or exercising the shifting out under the 115BAC subsection 1A. Okay student, so now I hope you got the rule and provision of section 80 double G. 80 double G is also a part of tax avoidance and tax planning. Dear students, before it we are discussing about those types of deduction. We are discussing about those types of deduction which are based as a payment. But now we are discussing about the such types of deductions which are based on the certain incomes. So in previous class we had discussed there are some types of deductions like as a payment basis deduction, income basis deduction, other deduction, section 10A. So these deductions are directly help to reduce the volume of the tax. Reduce the volume of the tax. In this category, the deduction in respect of the certain income, as per section 80AC, furnishing the return of income tax on or before due date is mandatory for claiming deduction in respect of certain incomes. And in this category, deduction in respect of employment of new employee, this deduction is called 80JJAA. 80JJAA is available for those types of unassessed to whom section 44AB applies, whose gross total income includes profit and gains derived from the business, and deduction is available in respect of employment of a new employee, and such types of deduction is shielded up to 30% of additional employee cost incurred in the previous year, and deduction is allowable for 3 assessment year, including assessment year relevant to the previous year in which employment is provided. So dear student, section 80JJA, section 80JJA is a new deductions, and this deduction is provided by the provision or section regarding to the employment cost, regarding to the employment cost, and deduction would be available, deduction would be available in respect of the regime under which employer pay tax, and such types of deductions is under the benefit of accumulation. Dear student, so 80JJA or 80JJA is such types of deductions which is based on the employment cost, which is based on the employment cost. Under the category of income based deduction under chapter 6A, second one is 80QQB, 80QQB. 80QQB is related for those types of assessee who is a resident individual, being an author. This deduction is related to the royalty income, etc. of author of certain books other than textbook. Textbooks is not allowable. Other than textbooks, the royalty which is received by an individual assessee being an author is allowable as a deduction under section 80QQB. And such types of deduction is related to the royalty income, etc. of author of certain books other than textbook consideration for assignment or grant of any his interest in the copyright of any book, being a work of literary, artistic or scientific nature, or royalty or copyright fees received as a lump sum or otherwise. Dear students, and such types of deduction is based on such types of income which is derived in exercise of profession, or rupees 3 lakh, which either is less in respect of royalty or copyright fees received otherwise than by way of lump sum income to be restricted to 15% of value of book sold during the relevant previous year. And now I am also paying attention, this deduction is also available under the optional tax regime, not default tax regime under section 115 BAC, under section 115 BAC subsection 1A. So dear student, I hope you got each and every point regarding to the such types of deduction, that is section 80QQB. So dear students, net deduction is also called the income based deduction. This slide also represents the such types of deduction which is based on the income. This deduction name is royalty on patents. Royalty on patent is related to section 80 RRB. 80 RRB is related to the resident individual being a patentee. In previous deduction 80 QKB being an author, but in this deduction 80 RRB being a patentee. Being a patentee. So such types of patentee having any income regarding to the patent, any income by way of royalty on patent registered on or after 1st April 2003, whole of these such types of income are rupees 3 lakh, whichever is less, will be allowable as a deduction under section 80 RRB. And this deduction is also allowable under the default are not allowable under the default tax regime 115 BAC, are allowable under the optional tax regime. Optional tax. So dear student, dear friends, maximum deductions are benefited only under the optional tax regime, are shifting out the default tax regime. But there are many types of deductions, near about some deductions which are available under the default tax regime section 115 BAC. So I will discuss in next slide regarding to those types of deductions which are available under the new tax regime, under the default tax regime 115 BAC subsection 1A. So dear students, before it we have discussed about the two types of deduction. First deduction is expenses based deduction or payment based deduction. Second deduction is based on the income based, and third one is deduction in respect of other income. This is very important. This is very important deduction and prominent and famous deduction. 80TTA, interest on deposit in saving account in nationalized bank, public sector bank, post office and other private sector bank. Eligible assessee is individual assessee, HUF assessee other than senior citizen assessee. Senior citizen assessee is the assessee who is age of 60 years or more during the previous year at any time. So dear student, eligible income is interest on deposit in saving account, interest on deposit in saving account with the bank, a cooperative society or post office, not being a time deposit, not being a term deposit, not being a fixed deposit, which are repayable on expiry of the fixed period. These types of deposits are not allowed. It means fixed deposit, term deposit, time deposits are not allowed regarding to the section 80TTA. 80TTA. 80TTA is eligible to the amount of interest received by the assessee or by an assessee or rupees 10,000, whichever is less. Whichever is less. Whichever is less. Whichever is less. Whichever is less will be allowable as a deduction. Suppose rupees 5,000 is received as a interest by the assessee on the saving bank deposit in nationalized bank or post office. So 5,000 or rupees 10,000, which is very less. So less is rupees 5,000. This is allowable. So dear students, suppose interest on saving amount is rupees 15,000 and maximum ceiling limit 10,000. So then 10,000 is the less amount. So then it will be allowable under section 80TTA. So dear friends, so this types of deduction is allowable for those types of assessee whose age is not more than 60 years during the previous year at any time, or we can say whose age is less than during the previous year in all time. So dear students, this deduction is regarding to the income based deductions and categorized under the other income. So dear friends, next deduction is called the 80TTA. 80TTA and 80TTB both are related to the interest, but 80TTA is related to the saving account interest and 80TTB is related to the all interest, all types of deposit interest, interest on saving account, interest on recurring deposit account, interest on fixed deposit account, interest on term deposit account, interest on cooperative society, interest on firm deposit, interest on corporate deposit, all types of interest are included under section 80TTB. Section 80TTB is available or allowable for resident senior citizen. Resident senior citizen means who is age of 60 years or more, 80 years or more during the previous year at any time. And such types of interest will be allowable up to rupees 50,000. It means received amount of interest or rupees 50,000 which is very less. Suppose received amount of interest 60,000 and maximum limit 50,000. So dear student, maximum 50,000 is allowable as a deduction. In second case, suppose received amount is 40,000 and maximum limit is 50,000. So then amount is eligible as a deduction under section 80TTB, rupees 40,000. So dear students, it is my humble submission before all of you. 80TTA, 80TTB. 80TTA is available for those assessee whose age is not more than 60 years during the previous year at any time. But 80TTB and TTB is available for those assessee whose age is 60 years or more during the previous year at any time. 80TTA only saving interest are taken as a consideration, and 80TTB is available for those types of amount which are related to the all types of deposit interest, and maximum amount of such types of deduction is rupees 50,000. But I want to say this deduction is also eligible for the old tax regime, under the optional tax regime, under the shifting out default tax regime under section 115BAC subsection 1A. So dear students, this types of deduction is also called the other income based deduction. Other deduction. Dear students, in the case of other deduction, very prominent and famous deduction is under section 80U, or we can say in other 80U deduction. Under section 80U deduction is the last deduction of the deduction series, and I also say deductions, exemptions, rebates are the part of the tax avoidance. Dear students, tax avoidance is not moral, but this is not illegal. This is legal. Each and every person want to reduce the volume of the tax, but the government want to increase the volume of the tax. But we want to say such types of deduction, either income based or it payment based or the other based or any other types of nature of the deduction. Each and every deduction main objective to reduce the tax volume. Government wants to increase, but SEC wants to decrease the volume of the tax. Out of the series of the deductions, ATU deduction is the last deduction, and this types of deduction is available only for resident individual. Resident individual, and such types of resident individual is disabled. Disabled means severe and non-severe. If the assessee is disabled more than 80%, so such types of disability is called the severe. And in the case of severe, the deduction up to rupees 1,25,000 is eligible. Then students, dear learners, I want to say in other things, this types of deduction is not income based or payment based. This types of deduction is based on the disability of the assessee. If the assessee is non-severe or general disability or less than 80% disability level, so such types of deduction is available up to rupees 75,000. There is no less amount. Actual amount payment, actual amount income is not taken consideration at the time of claiming the such types of deduction under section 80U for computing the total income for the tax liability or advance tax liability. Section 211 of Income Tax Act 1961. There is no any types of issue, but at the time of computing the total income of an assessee, such types of deduction is very prominent deduction under section 80U. If the assessee is suffering with the disability, severe disability, and this deduction is also available under the old tax regime, under the shifting out the default tax regime, section 115BAC subsection 1A. So dear friends, from section 80C to 80U, there are so many deductions which have been discussed by me with the help of all of you, with the help of the provisions which are issued by the Government of India under the Finance Bill. But out of the deduction series or deduction under section 10AA is also available. Such types of deduction is available for those types of assessee who derives profit from an undertaking. Profit from an undertaking being a unit established in a special economic zone which begins to manufacture or produce article or things or provided any service on or after. Such types of deduction income is eligible profit derived from export of such articles or things or export of services including computer software on the basis of satisfaction of the following conditions. Subject to the satisfaction of the following condition. First is proceeds to be received in convertible foreign exchange within 6 months from the end of the previous year or such further period as the competent authority may allow on this behalf. And permissible deduction will be deduction for 15 consecutive assessment year, and the amount of deduction will be computed on the basis of this formula, and formula is profit of unit in specified or special economic zone into export turnover of unit under the special economic zone divided by total turnover of unit in special economic zone. This deduction is allowable from year 1 to year 5. 100% of such profit would be exempt in the first 5 years. From year to 6 and 10, 50% of such profit in next 5 years, and year 11 to 15 in the last 5 years 50% of such amount. So dear students, this types of deduction is related to the section 10AA. Dear students, this slide representing the qualifying limit of 80GG. 80GG qualifying limit is available for those types of assessee who is not getting any amount of HRA, house rent allowance, and engage in business and profession, engage in running business or profession or employment. This slide is related to the qualifying amount. Dear students, deductions under new tax regime. This is very, very prominent and important. The assessee who wants to adopt the new tax regime or default tax regime, these types of deductions are available under the new tax regime. Under the new tax regime, the tax slab is rate 5%, 10%, 15%, 20% and 30%. There are 6 slabs. But in the case of old tax regime, optional tax regime, there are only 4 slabs. But it depends on the volume of the income of the assessee, which regime is better for that assessee. Dear students, with the help of this slide, I am able to say these following deductions are allowed by the government under the finance bill under section 115B AC subsection 1A. First, transport allowance in case of especially abled person. Especially abled person. Divyang. Conveyance allowance received to meet the conveyance expenditure incurred as a part of the employment. Any compensation received to meet the cost of travel or tour or transfer. Daily allowance received to meet the ordinary regular charge or expenditure you incurred on account of absence from his regular place of the duty. Perquisites for the official purpose. Perquisites for the official purpose. Expenses exemption on voluntary retirement. Section 10 subsection 10C. Gratuity under section 10 subsection 10. And leave encashment section 10 subsection 10AA. Dear student, interest on home loan or let out property under section 24. Gift up to rupees 50,000. Dear students, gift up to rupees 50,000. So dear students, next one is deduction for employer contribution to NPS account. Deduction for additional employee cost. Budget 2023 introduced the standard deduction rupees 50,000 under the new tax regime applicable for the financial year 23-24, and this has been increased. This has been increased up to rupees 75,000 from the 1st April 2024 for the financial year 2024-25. Budget 2023 also introduced the deduction under section 5711A family pension scheme. It is the limit of family pension scheme is now increased. Budget 2023 further introduced deduction of amount paid or deposit in Agniveer Corpus Fund under section 80C CH subsection 2. So dear students, in budget 2024, limit of maximum deduction regarding to the family pension is increased from rupees 15,000 to 25,000. The deduction on employer's contribution to pension scheme as per the section 80 CCD to NPS, new pension scheme and national pension system, has increased 10% to 14% of the salary in budget 2024. So dear student, with the help of these deductions, section 80C, 80 CCD, 80 triple C, 80 CCD 1, 80 CCD 2, 80 CCD, 80D, 80 double D, 80 DDB, 80G, 80 double G, 80 GGC, 80 QQB, 80 RRB, 80 TTA, 80 TTB, 80 U and 10 double A, all are related to the tax planning and avoidance the tax burden of the assessee. At the time of computing the total income, at the time of tax planning, at the time of submitting the ITR. So dear student, with this discussion, I hope you got each and every point regarding to the deductions. I will further in next class I will discuss about the total income of an individual assessee. So thanks to all of you for nice listening and cooperation.